girls divisions here at the 23rd annual Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. My name is Justin Bohn, and today we've got two exciting matches taking place at the same time. We've had two champions crowned today already, Allison Stakowitz in the U15 girls division and Kai Struthers in the U15 boys division. In the U18 girls division, we have Abigail Starkey coming out of the winner's bracket and Caitlin Stoll coming out of the elimination bracket. In the U18 boys division, we have Mason Doan coming out of the winner's bracket and Micah Voorhees coming out of the elimination bracket. The bowlers coming out of the elimination bracket will have to be defeated twice, or excuse me, the bowlers coming out of the elimination brackets will have to win twice in order to win the U18 titles here today at the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Do want to take a quick moment and give a shout out to our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor this year, Brunswick and the brands of Brunswick, Ebonite, Deviate, Radical, Track, Hammer, and Columbia 300 for their continued support here at the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. They are the presenting sponsor of this year's event, and this event is not possible without them. Also want to give a shout out to I Am Bowling, Craig's Plumbing and Heating, SYC, Rita's Ice, Bones Elite Training, and Rev Rates VIP Entertainment. They are the host of the finals this year. That's where we are located at right now. BuddiesProShop.com, Bowl for Life, PBA, Tom Russo Photography, and Howell Lanes.
Wait till after the first game. Bring you back in.
And matches are about to get underway. The higher seed does have lane choice here in both matches. In the U18 girls division, first place is going to be receiving $1,300. Second place, I believe, is going to be receiving $800. Yep, $800. In the U18 boys division, the second place finisher is going to receive $1,700 today, and the winner is going to receive $2,500. We will be giving away over $32,000 in scholarships this weekend here at Howell Lanes. It's been a fantastic weekend, and we cannot wait to crown our last two champions here. And I am now joined by my co-host for the finals, Matt Russo, PBA Tour champion. Matt, how are we doing?
Well, you know, get to spend another night here at good old Rev Rates and the parents' house. Flight got canceled for tonight. You know, get to spend it with you and Phil and the family and finish this tournament out. You know, got a little upset, had to leave, but, you know, duty calls, but glad to be back.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad that your flight was canceled so you could be here with us today doing commentary.
You know, that was my first ever flight cancellation. Out of all the places I've traveled, first time I ever canceled.
Really?
Yeah, you know, I usually fly Southwest, but Newark's one of those places where they cancel the Southwest airline now. They don't do it anymore, so we had to fly United, which is just fine. But, you know, good to be back, getting to watch the finals.
Absolutely. As Mason Doan in the U18 boys division getting started off with the strike here. Mason is the higher seed coming out of the winner's bracket. Micah will have to win twice in order to win the U18 boys title. On the girls' side, Abigail Starkey coming out of the winner's bracket. Caitlin Stoll will have to win twice in order to win the U18 girls title.
You know, Justin, I was saying before, ever since we put up the wall and, you know, we've made this our own space and everything, and now all we really lay down is, you know, sport compliant conditions. You're going to see a little more probably trueness of the pattern. Maybe a couple misses to the right may hook back a little more because that house shot isn't kind of underneath where it burns up too quick. I kind of saw that during the Cunningham and Kai match. Will threw a couple right on the right lane, and the wrap 10s may have bucketed on the other side of the house. It's just the pattern is more true, right? You kind of see a little bit flatter, or just a little bit more in the front to where the ball goes through a little easier. So it'll be interesting to see kind of if these two guys adjust. I believe Mason's bowled pretty good all day, and it looks like Micah kind of got hot once he got past her brother. So it'll be interesting match here. And I watched Abigail bowl, and she got a lot of talent.
Absolutely.
For anybody who's watching, I did get the good word that Micah and Abigail are happily together. So
Boyfriend and girlfriend bowling for the title at the same time. That's a pretty good day.
I've known Micah since he was probably about, God, like 11. I don't even know how old he is now, but it's been a while. He came down to Kettle when I was there at Weber International, and you know, Mike's come a long way. Actually, got to work with him before the tournament started this week here at the training center. So he definitely got some things to work on, but so do everybody. You know, and that's the nicest thing is to see him kind of put some of that into play and you know, get here to the final match.
Absolutely. So as we look at the roads for Mason here, he 427, 413 victory in round 1 over Sean Buck. 319 to 286 in round 2 over Andrew Robitaille. That's a little bit of a lower scoring match. So we.
What pair was that on, Justin?
That was on 9 and 10.
The low end of the house. There were some pairs where people threw urethane. I know in the low end some kids threw urethane to start, which could have had an effect. You know, first transition, just some of the pairs were tough.
Right. In round 4, he would bowl Micah Voorhees earlier in the tournament. 491 over a 414 victory, and then in the 1-2 seeding match per se, 420 to 387 over Aiden Davis. That's how he got here. Micah's road to the finals. He would win his first match over Nicholas Platoni, 372 to 360. He would win his second match over Brandon Bohn, 438 to 375. He would lose in round 4 to Mason Doan, like we just talked about. In round 5, he would win by 100, 445 to 345 over Xavier Newell. He would defeat number 1 qualifier Andrew Blaney, 459 to 429. And then in the last match, he would defeat Aiden Davis, 489 to 388. So he had not one but 2 victories by more than 100 pins.
Oh, what an interesting lead there. Almost left to 5, 7, 10. But we've kind of seen the pin carry be a little bit weird on this pair as they 5-pin on lane 1. So
Wow.
Good job, Phil, of getting them both. You know, we'd have to give credit to Phil. Phil's an excellent live stream guru.
Absolutely.
The coverage this week has been incredible. The movement of the equipment, him getting set up here in the facility, the late nights and early mornings, and we just appreciate it very much, Phil, from all of our staff here at Rev Rates, the Howell Lanes, everybody here from the tournament. We appreciate it very much. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in with us for maybe 2 final matches. We got 2 right now, but you never know. 2 more. But Phil, just want to say on air, excellent job this weekend, and we look forward to having you back. As long as Justin says that's all right.
Oh, he will be more than welcome to come back here. You know, his live stream help has been greatly appreciated over a number of years as we've been able to get his equipment, but, you know, happy to have him actually here with his equipment.
Yeah, you know, I'm sitting next to him, and I just, you know, he's like a keyboard ninja, you know, like clicking all over the keyboard, and all the camera angles are changing. It's been incredible, Phil, and you know, we really appreciate it. As we watch Abigail here on the right lane. Pretty good shot.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like she's using a little bit cleaner ball, and that could be because we're at a different side of the house, and you know, like I said, the play is more sport compliant here than it is on the other side. So it'll be interesting to see how that pair breaks down, and you know, Caitlin looks like she likes to get in and hook it. So
yeah,
both throw it fantastic as well.
It would definitely be interesting because you would expect Caitlin, you know, with the higher rev rate to potentially throw a little bit of a cleaner ball a little bit further left, and Abigail to really set the pair up with a ball a little bit more surface, but it's the opposite. Abigail being a little bit further right with that cleaner ball, and Caitlin being a little bit deeper with the ball at more surface. So if they do bowl a second match, they will stay on the same pair. So it'll be interesting to see how that pair breaks down over the course of these 2 games with a potential to be 2 more. So let's take a look here at Micah. 2 open frames here early, 37 in the 3rd. Let's see how he bounces back. Good shot there from Micah. His ball looks like it's kind of lazy going through the pins.
Yeah, that's a phase 2. Watched him bowl a little bit this morning, and looked like he only really threw 2 balls. Phase 2, and then that Wolverine Dark Moss, which is kind of clean and angular. So actually kind of surprised he's not throwing that ball right now. It looks like this pair may be hooking a tad more in the front. Mason's throwing some shiny dart ball, maybe a Rubicon. It might be, as we see another carry on that lane there. But it just looks like shine maybe a little bit better, which could be the reason why, might have flat 10 on the right lane. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe he makes that ball change quick. It is 2-game total pinfall. So the moves are a tad different. I know if I'm bowling 2-game total pinfall, I may make the ball change faster. All right. Then
Wow.
maybe before. A little shot there, Justin.
Yeah, as I'm looking up here, these are the 2 finalists. They've showed why they can be here, but they haven't showed it yet. We've got 3 missed single pins in 8 frames here from the 2 competitors in the U18 boys division. The girls are putting on more of a show than them, and the girls are putting them to sleep.
And, I am a firm believer that nothing against the men, but I feel like the women take more pride on their spares.
Oh, absolutely.
The men like to throw 8-baggers. There are plenty of women out there who can strike way more than the men. We've seen it. But I think the pride on the spare ball, just the spare balls are prettier for the women. Like they take care of them better. Us guys just throw them against the wall when we get mad and, back in our bag. I just think the women take more pride in their spare shooting, which is why you can see there's 2 clean games going on 1 and 2 and not so much on 3 and 4. That was a good shot, actually. I thought that one was all right.
Yeah, I did want to highlight Abigail Starkey was a part of the U15 National USA Bowling Championship team. Her and her team ended up winning that event this year, this past July in Michigan, in conjunction with Junior Gold. Caitlin Stoll is a part of the 2023 Junior Team USA developmental team as well. So we've got 2 pretty big names over here, one being from the Chicagoland area and one being from the Carolinas. So these 2 have had quite the travel to get here today, and they are finding themselves in the championship matches.
I will say that is really cool to have people come from who are not living on the East Coast. I know when I first bowled this tournament, little 10-year-old kid, your dad being my idol, and everybody was just from New Jersey, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and maybe some other places. And now we got people coming from the Midwest, and maybe one year people come from the West Coast. It just shows how much growth this tournament has had and how much time and effort everybody takes into it. I know after this one's over, we start planning the next one.
Absolutely.
So we do appreciate everybody coming out and being a part of this fantastic weekend.
Absolutely. Labor Day weekend 2023, mark your calendars. The 24th event will be here at Howell Lanes, and we can't wait to see you all again next year. But for now, we've got U18 champions to crown here. Micah is looking at his potential 3rd open in 5 frames here.
So, Justin, if you were in Micah's shoes, do you ball change now?
I would.
Oh! Well, that one almost came out of the bag.
Almost got it off the wall there. So, as I'm sitting here in Micah's shoes, I'm looking at the scoreboard. I'm down 20 on an open. I got nothing to lose. My ball reaction isn't the greatest. It's not going through the pins very good when it gets there, and it's not getting there. Even the shots that that don't get there. So, I would try something different, whether it's a hand position, ball speed. Try something different. Let me see something that isn't what I'm doing right now to try and get to the pocket a little bit better. Where Mason doesn't really have complete control of the match. He's only up 20. So let's see what he can do here in the 6th.
Looks like he's staying with the same ball. Looks like he moved a tad left, but that ball ain't getting to the right. That ball has no chance. I do want to highlight Abigail, though. Her 5th and 6th frame, she had 6 spares, 7 spare, and 2 of the harder spares you wouldn't want to shoot right now. She left the 2, 4, 7, 8, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, and then she left 3, 6, 10.
Wow.
And she's sparing both with her spare ball. Taking pride in your spares.
Like you said. So Mason there with not a very good shot. The U15 boys definitely did come out much stronger here than the U18 boys are. None of them really have convincingly good ball reaction. As, Caitlin Stoll misses the head pin for a washout there. You know, Caitlin is not shortchanged at the bottom of her release.
No. She is not shortchanged anywhere in her physical game at all. Straight swing, really good approach. The crazy thing is, like, these kids are still growing.
Right.
Like, they're young, they're still learning, and it's like, if I knew half the stuff I knew now when I was 17, 18, I don't know. I just feel like I'd be a way better player. Just, you know, and it just goes to the level of coaching that, you know, some of these kids get as another incredible spare.
Like you said, the girls take pride in their spare balls.
So can we get that one up there again? Is that a replay that we can have? That washout? Ah, man. Just an incredible spare though. Shot it the right way too for anybody. Justin, you shoot your washout across the lane, like going from the right to left, or you go left to right?
I go right to left.
I just throw it and hope I make it. Really, there's really no.
As hard as I can.
Yeah.
If it isn't in the spot, it needs to slide it over, bounce it out.
Right.
Yep. Abigail stepping up here in the 7th.
Ooh, that one was good.
Pretty good pass there. Leaves a flat 10.
That ball picked up a little more in the front.
The lanes could be transitioning a little bit. You know, they're 7 frames in a piece. Caitlin throwing a little bit stronger ball. Abigail's got her opponent a little bit further left of her with some more surface. So, you know, it's very possible the lanes are starting to transition here a little bit. And on the guys' side, it doesn't look like either one of our competitors are lined up yet. At least not enough to throw a couple in a row. You know, they've both had some pretty high scores. Micah had the front 8 down there. The match actually prior to getting to this point over Aiden Davis, and both 480 the match before this. So definitely a little bit of nerves coming into play. You can see from the U18 boys.
Do you think, this is an interesting question, do you think that because they've been bowling on the burn for the last, say, 6 games,
okay,
right, do you think that the shape is more in their head of I've got to go left and play them similar to the burn, or do you think it's going back to what they were doing on the fresh?
I think that thought definitely would cross my mind. You know, if I'm bowling X amount of games on the burn and then get to a pair that is fresh, you know, I look at it and go, you know, my ball reaction was good on the fresh, but it was better on the burn. Let me see if I can create something in there. And that's definitely going through these two players' minds for sure, as Mike is stepping up here in the 7th, making a ball change on a strike, looking for a double.
So, like, in that sense, right, like, Micah bowled really good on the burn.
Yeah.
Right, I watched him bowl Thursday afternoon he threw urethane. He bowled okay, right? And now you've just bowled 490. Let's just say you bowled 490 twice, because he bowled. Right, he probably averaged 490 for those matches.
Right.
Would you try urethane again? If you just watched the U15 match, William Cunningham didn't have a bad look, right?
Right.
And I mean, Kai bowled exceptional. William bowled good. It just happened to be Kai won, right? But don't you think you would try urethane?
I would definitely look at it. Oh, that was a pretty close attempt there.
Probably one board from just sliding it over. But
Right.
I know and I think that's the biggest part of the game right now is like, oh, everybody throws urethane on everything. But if you know how to use it the right way, it's one of the best balls in the bag.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, people hate on it and they knock it. I get it, right? Like, I throw it everywhere I go. But it's how do you use it the right way?
Yeah, it can definitely be, you know, one of the most advantageous pieces to have in your bag. There is no doubt about it, especially if you can throw a bunch of strikes with it. You should be using it. But, you know, I would definitely look at another option for Micah here, and I don't know if it's with this Wolverine that he just switched to, possibly going a little bit further left to create a little bit more angle through the front part of the lane and get his ball to hit the pocket.
You know, and we've gotten to practice a little bit throughout the weekend, and I don't know what we bowled on except for the first day we laid the pattern out. Obviously, we had some other stuff going on. So I don't know if we've actually bowled on this pattern yet, but it seemed to be pretty playable. They've seemed to be pretty nice, depending on where you played them. And I think the way Micah is going, I think that's okay, as he made a much better shot on the left lane. So it could be that he's more comfortable on the left lane. He did. I mean, I know he had a Brooklyn, but the left lane could be just a little different, as that was a big double for Abigail. She's right back in the match there.
That was a massive double. She was So I'm doing quick math here. She was down 24. That double gets her down 14. She got max out at 221, and Caitlin Stoll maxes out at 225. And I'll put it this way, much higher than the boys at this present moment.
So what are you saying?
The girls are putting on the clinic here at Bohn's Elite Training. It's not the guys today.
No, that's good though. That's good. That's a good spare.
Yeah.
Good spare there, Mason.
Great spare there from Mason, that's for sure. You know, he's up 19 right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 29.
Fist
Abigail with
bumping it out. Sorry, Justin. Fist bumping it out.
Absolutely. Big shot there from Abigail. You know, that's a triple on the board now. And it's not like Caitlin's given her any room to play. So if Abigail wants to get it, she's going to have to take it. And that's what she's done the last 3 shots. And looking to do it again, the second one of the 10th here.
Two clean games, well, potentially.
Yeah.
2 clean games.
We've got 19 clean frames.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. A lot more than the guys. I think the guys have 9. Second shot in the 10th for Abigail.
A little left. Just a little bit.
Just a tad high, leaving a 4-pin.
That's a good 9.
Yeah, good 9. With the spare, she's going to bowl 210, and she's going to be within no less than 15, or no more than 15. Mason with a good shot there, ring 10. You know, I look at Mason's scoreboard right now. He's bowling 170, and he's up 30.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, he did ball change on the right lane, which I think is the harder lane. But I think he ball changed. I don't know if it was a pointless ball change, but he went wrap 10 and he 5-pin. So you're hitting the pocket. Almost, and your opponent doesn't really have anything. So it's more like, do you just hit the pocket?
Right. You know, you definitely, in a setting like this where you're bowling one opponent, you have to look at, you know, what they're doing as well if you're considering making a ball change, you know. And
that could have been close.
that could have been an open frame.
That could have been close. I don't want it to be open frame. I want it to be 2 clean games.
Right. So
and a close match.
So Caitlin now with a max of 214. Abigail finished up with 210. But, you know, you got to take a look at what your opponent's doing and go, is me getting the pocket and getting 9 enough when it does get there? And Micah with a massive messenger for a massive double to get back in this match. Made the ball change 3 frames ago, big forward, made a move. Now he's got a double on the board.
With some good ball reaction. He slapped out the 10 on the left lane and then sent the messenger. To me, that's great ball reaction. I don't know about anybody else, but if my ball does that, loosens up the swing, go ahead and rip the holes out of it. And
absolutely. Now it's time to hit repeat. Yeah. Hit that repeat button. So Mike is stepping up here. Possible 179, striking out in the 10th. Mason 187.
The momentum going into the next match for Micah and mindset to get a double here is way different.
First one of the 10th. Gets the light mixer. Yeah. Great shot there from Micah.
Different. The mindset changes because you've made a ball change. You're still in the match. You've thrown 3 great shots, and you know you keep going. That's a 1-pin game over there with a count. Oh, actually, Abigail is up by 1 after that. Interesting.
Did not see that happening.
No, but we got 2 clean games. I'm very proud.
Absolutely.
2 clean games.
You know, I thought that was going to be a close match, and filling frames and throwing strikes, it's going to be a combination of both over there. But Micah stepping up here, possibility to take the lead for the first time in the match.
A little slow, just a little slow.
A little bit left there, 6 to the middle. With count here, he's going to shoot 164. Mason's still got a possible 187 on the board. So, you know, possibility of being within 25 pins here. Still anybody's game. But I look at the position that Mike is in. You know, he threw a triple. He's got an idea of what his ball's doing now, and definitely has an opportunity to throw a couple strikes next game. Abigail starting off, not a very easy spare, 3, 6, 9, 10. And Micah going to get 4. Great spare there for Micah.
The count is big. You never know.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I know this is totally off topic, but have you guys ever heard of the Fruity Pebbles candy bar?
I haven't.
Like, I had this yesterday from Walgreens. Let me tell you, I'm not a huge candy guy, but Fruity Pebbles, white chocolate, anybody watching, go order it on Amazon. It'll change your life. I hate that spare. Because she should have made it.
That is a spare that I shoot hard and straight and hope for the best. I hit the 3-pin as hard as I can, and I hope they all go down.
You are listening to junior gold champion Justin Bohn saying throw it hard and straight at 3-6-9-10.
That's right. Never hook at it.
But if you come to Bohn's League training, we will teach you how to make it.
That is correct. That is correct.
We can set it up for you.
So Caitlin's still here. Frame 1. Not a very easy spare either.
I feel like I have a better chance of making this spare than adding the 6-10 lemon. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Like, you would think. You shoot the 3-6-10, right? That's the 2-4-7 for me is awful. The 2-7, no problem with it. But all you're doing is taking away a pin. But the mindset changes.
Oh,
but it shouldn't change. But it does.
I'd rather shoot it with the 6-pin. I feel like I got a much better chance.
Oh.
You know, 6-pin's there. She makes that spare.
You know what? You are absolutely right. Deflection goes a long way.
Yeah, so, you know, as we flip back over to the boys here, we got a 10-pin match here with a strike on the fill ball. And to be honest, Micah was way out of the wood just a couple frames ago. And predictions for the next match, you know, I like Micah in the sense that he just threw a triple and he's got some confidence in his ball reaction now. You know, nobody's really had the best ball reaction between either player. You know, 160, 170 aren't very good scores. Mason threw one double, it was at the beginning of the game, and nothing after that besides some filled frames. So very interesting to see what goes on next, which player is going to throw a couple strikes here. Micah would have to win this match in order to force a second match to have a chance at the title. Mason is the higher seed coming out of the elimination bracket. But interesting to see what goes on here early in game 2 on the boys' side. Caitlin with the spare there, no problem. If you guys are just tuning in with us, welcome to the 23rd annual Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament U18 Boys and Girls Finals. I'm Justin Bohn with my co-host, Matt Russo, PBA Tour champion, as Micah goes high there in the first frame of game 2, leaving the 310. So are the lanes transitioning, you think?
No.
Bad shot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen enough shots that have gotten to, I would say 8-9, where we're kind of seeing most of the play, like consistent enough ball reaction to where they're actually hooking. One, I think because Mason's not using a lot of surface, and two, I think Mike is too far left. Sorry.
Okay.
Because when he doesn't hit the pocket, he leaves stuff that's hard to make.
Right.
You know, you go 3, 6, 9, 10, 3, 10. I mean, you know, anything that you go through the face is, I don't know. I mean, you just never know.
Right. If it's not hitting the pocket, it's a design, and it's not a very easy one to make.
Exactly. Like, I almost like the idea that Mason is doing, but I would like to see it with a different ball. Like, I'd almost like to see it with something that's super slow, to allow his ball to just slow down earlier and not go sideways through the pins.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate break there for him, you know, leaving the 4-9. Micah with an open early, chance for Mason to, you know, step on it early, and leaves the 4-9, going to pay full price for it.
Justin, your multitasking skills are incredible, by the way. I can't multitask at all, and you just flipped the camera, zoomed in on it, got the chets and trophies all in the same frame while you were talking about the 4-9 that he left. And Phil Brow is about to change it, and the artwork is fantastic. Somebody stole a 12-pound ball from our center, but that's okay. But all things are great in the world, so great job on the artwork, on the design, on the colors. Everything about this tournament has been fantastic. So to you and your family, it's been great. Fun to watch. Thank you for letting me oil the lanes today. I appreciate that as well, so everybody can say it was my fault that they bowled bad versus somebody else's fault. No, it's just been incredible. Seriously, guys, for anybody who has never bowled this tournament, it's definitely something to look out for. Not only is the family and the staff here absolutely amazing, the tournament format and the families and people that you meet are just fantastic. We get bigger and better every year. Hopefully have a new additive to it next year, maybe, you know, adding something else or you know, just making things just a little bit better. I mean, I don't know how much better we can get it, but
I'll tell you what, Matt, you know, this event seems to get better and better every single year that we run it over the last 5 or 6 years. And I always question at the end of the week, you know, how we can top it for next year. And we manage to do it, I feel, every year.
yeah.
You know, giving away over $32,000 in scholarships this weekend with the singles and the doubles. It's been a fantastic week, and we can't wait to crown our last 2 champions here in the U18 boys and girls divisions.
As long as we bring Phil Barrow back, we'll be right.
And he gave us a thumbs up, so we'll see him next year. So Caitlin's stepping up here on a strike. That's a pretty big double there, as she was down 1 after the first game. Now she's up 11. And she did come out of the elimination bracket, so she does have to win twice in order to win the title. Micah in the same position, needs to came out of the elimination bracket, has to win twice, makes that spare. And you're gonna have to get something started here. That last shot hit the pocket, which was pretty good. You know, little right, and it still got there. Didn't leave a design, and he's got to fill the frame on the board. And that's the biggest thing right now. You know, neither player have the greatest ball reaction. And filling frames when they are this hard is ultimately a big key. So Mike is stepping up here. Gone high the last 2 shots, hasn't made the best pass.
I still think it might be just a move, maybe move a couple more left. If you keep going high and you know you can't get it going to the right, you kind of just go with what you're, you know, that looked like okay.
That was pretty good off his hand.
That one was a little bit harder. Looked like you got his hand around it just a tad to get it to scoot a little bit further down the lane. So we're going to watch Abigail make this 2-pin.
Michael Harmon, take notes, folks. That's a 2-pin spare.
Yes. Michael Harmon, take notes is right. I hope you're listening, watching. I know you're probably still here, but please take notes.
Mason stepping up on a strike. Goes high. Leaves 3-pin.
And they got 10 minutes of practice, right? 10 minutes?
Yeah, you know, I really question the way that these players broke this pair down, because they got 8 minutes on the starting pair when they came into this side. You know, I question if Micah started too far left to break him down, and that's where he's running into trouble. Mason's running into his, you know, crossover transition, because he's a little bit further right of Micah. And, you know, I question did they do the best job breaking the pair down if, you know, we're watching 170 to 160 and no doubles through 3 frames of game 2?
Yeah, you know, I think that's why it goes back to saying something about the urethane ball is, I mean, if you don't burn anywhere to the right, and like, this is the important part of match play for anybody watching can obviously pick up is, if you're going to a fresh pair, you're bowling a TV show match, a step ladder match, and it's you and your opponent only on the pair, take that 4 minutes of practice and play to the right.
Wow. Oh, absolutely. You have to.
You got to have something to throw at, especially because we've run the lane. This pair, this is the fourth time today that we've run this pair, and they get tighter and tighter. They get flatter. They don't sit as long, depending on how long. We try and make it the same, right? But it never is. It could be a little bit cooler in here than it was this morning. There's just so many things that go into it. But if you take time and play to the right, regardless of what you're bowling at, it will help you out. Just that one extra hit or that one shot that you get going maybe a little bit far right that comes off it and maybe slaps a 10 out or wraps a 10, you're like, wow, I've got some room. I don't have to be so locked up.
Or even the shot that you get right that 2 pins instead of 2 10s.
Correct.
You know, that's a massive difference.
That's 9 spare versus 8-1 or
exactly
8 spare the hard way, or it shows your opponent that you've got more room than you think.
Right.
And you can get up there and throw with confidence. I think confidence is the biggest part of the game right now that just allows other bowlers to, I guess when you're at the same skill level, the one who has the most confidence or the one that, I guess trusts himself more would be the one maybe more victorious. I would say there's just so many things I can go into it, but I do think that one was just too far right.
Yeah, I think Micah is really struggling with the confidence in his ball reaction right now. He hasn't really had a convincing couple of frames. He's hit the pocket 4 out of the last 7 shots, maybe 4 of the last 6, something like that. And, you know, he's got to figure out how to put something up on the board here, as he does have to win this match to force the if necessary match. And the open frames aren't going to do it. I feel like he's close, and he's in between shots and in between ball reaction as he gets up here to shoot the washout.
I do know he's been struggling a lot physically. I did sit down and talk to Micah, and I do know he's struggling a little bit physically, to where, you know, that could be a mental block where you feel like you're just not all there together. But the fact that you've gotten this far, maybe not feeling the best, you know, should just help the mind just be a little bit easy and just get up there and make some shots. As we see a nice strike there from Abigail, trying to stay in the match here. Micah rocking the cool 3G shoes, orange and black, shiny, looking good on camera. See what happens here. Looked like a pretty good shot. Get it! Oh, that is about as close as you can get from falling over. There is no close. You can't get any closer.
Yeah, that was not a very nice break.
Could be a nice double. Oh, that one's Brooklyn.
Fortunate break there, leaving the 3-pin. So I did just get note that Micah has the potential to make history at the Parker Bohn tournament. No player has ever won 3 times at this event. Micah is a 2-time champion, and he's won it in U12 and U15, and has an opportunity to win the U18 boys title here. He's got a little bit of work cut out with 5 frames left in this 2-game total wood match, but he does have that opportunity to become the first player ever to win U12, U15, and U18.
You think he knows?
I would imagine his dad did. You know, I just had Brandon ask his dad, but
oh, I think he knows now. I think they're talking to him.
He's got it. I would think to imagine that as Mason, you know, gets up there in the 5th and makes a really good pass at it. Caitlin on a strike, gets a double, and Caitlin's in the driver's seat for this game and this match. You know, she only lost the first game by a pin. Abigail's bowling 170. Caitlin's bowling 2-0 now. Caitlin's up 35 or 40. So Mason can really put himself in the driver's seat. He's up 20 with a strike in the 6th, can make it 30.
Sorry, Justin. Big things happening today for my other half. She was just elected as the Maryville University women's head bowling coach, as she just accepted her offer. So we were just talking about some things, but let's get back to it.
That was a massive shot there. Massive 2 frames from Mason Doan. Now he takes a 30-pin lead. Micah's a little bit lost and really needs to put the pressure down. Micah's got to get on the gas here. He's got to get in the driver's seat and hopefully close the car door and get it started.
You know, Justin, I'm looking at these sheets that we gave out. The handwriting between men and women, God, so pretty for the women.
And not the men.
I guess it's a bit like you have good handwriting. I mean, I've seen you write a bunch of stuff. I have really small handwriting, but just the way, you know, legibility-wise, I feel like that was a nice light Mitchell there.
Yeah, big shot there from Micah as he's trying to set himself up here for the back half of this game. Really got to put a couple together here.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about Abigail Starkey. Like, I'm reading this and I'm like, wow, 4 Youth Open Eagles, signed with the Storm Evolution team. She signed with IM Bowling. She won the 2022 Midwest PBA Junior Qualifier, 2022 U.S. National USA Bowling Champion, like you mentioned, and she finished 2nd in the U12 2019 Junior Bowl Championship. Oh, wow. And by the way, she was Bowl for Life Athlete of the Month, and she's won Rookie of the Year for YBT with 3 titles in 2022. How's that for a year?
Wow. Quite the player we've got here. Micah looking for a double.
Oh! That's a point. That's a point. Chris Prather, if you're watching, which I hope you are, that is a point. For people who probably don't know about the point game, but that's a point. Oh, that was a good shot.
That was a bad break there as she had an opportunity to get back in the match late. leaves a solid 9 on a strike. But Micah with that trip 4 is going to get the lead back down to 20 and really let his opponent know that he isn't going anywhere. Mason in full control. You know, he's got a match to play with, per se. He's on a double right now, up 20, looking to make it a triple.
Well, I wouldn't say he has a match to play with, only because momentum shifts are pretty big, right? Like, I mean, if Micah gets hot, which we have seen before, could it, you know, and Micah's up. No, Micah's down, right? Micah's down 10?
Micah is down
10.
10.
Okay.
And in the match, he is now down 16.
In the match. So he's down 26.
No, 16 total.
Total, he's down 16. Okay.
Yep. At
So
this point in the match, through 7 frames.
he's down a mark.
Yep. That was a big spare there from Mason.
As Caitlin decided she didn't like that reality check and went back to the Nova and went double 9 spare, double 9 spare strike.
And we are going to be guaranteeing our 3rd, if necessary, match of the day, and the 4th is still to be determined.
English is hard.
English is a hard language. You are correct. Yes, it is. But Caitlin still locked up the win, and she's going to force the if necessary match.
Do you know what's crazy about watching Caitlin go? Like that's a point too. Nice shot. But do you know see how stable she is at the line and she hits it?
It's, yeah, wild. She's got
And how old is she?
15. She's got a lot of power.
So she's 15. She's bowling in the U18 division because of the age rule, right? We do follow the junior to old age rule. So
Oh, by the way, this is both their first years in the U18 girls division.
well, sorry everybody who's not who's 18. Yeah, young talent.
Absolutely. So Mason with the spare there, makes the 4-pin. Now, Mason up 15. Micah can take the lead with a strike in the 8th and a strike in the 9th. We haven't had more than a triple.
I don't even know if Micah has that many other bowling balls here. I've only seen him walk around with a 3-ball bag. I saw a fast pitch the other day, but I haven't really seen him walk around with more than just 3 balls.
He's got confidence in the ones he's got.
That's a player who's trying to win it with just 3 balls. Well, that was left.
That was not what he was hoping for there. He liked it off his hand. It looked like it could have been close. And ultimately, he's paying full price every time he doesn't hit the pocket.
Just means that ball's too quick when it sees the friction. If it's left off his hand, it's too quick.
Right.
So it looks like Abby's going to make a ball change here, try something different, which is very smart.
Yeah, she's got the whole 10th frame to play with. It absolutely doesn't matter anymore. She has been defeated, and she's got another match to bowl.
Make it.
Oh!
Almost again.
That was almost a pretty good spare conversion. But now Micah down 32. With 2 frames to go.
Now, if you're Abigail, well, now she's throwing a Zen, shiny ball, symmetrical. She just went to a darker, asymmetrical shiny. Both of them looked okay. Would you ball change again in the first frame of the second match?
I mean, it's worth a shot. You know, if she doesn't have the confidence in her ball reaction, she just bowled 150. Give her 170, 160, based on, you know, what she had before, because she opened in the 10th, something she wasn't trying. Anyway, she didn't have the greatest score. Caitlin's got good ball reaction. Caitlin just bowled 426, 425.
And can probably go more left.
Right.
That's the crazy thing.
Right. She can, you know, use her transition to her advantage as games 3 and 4 are about to be bowled on this pair. But, you know, what's going to happen here? It's going to be interesting. But U18 boys is about to wrap up. Coming down the wire here. Mason Doan with a spare. It's going to be up 30. Micah Voorhees can max out at 190. Mason 200. So Mason with a spare here. We're going to need a mark in the 10th to win the U18 boys title.
And this is not a spare I want to shoot at right now.
Oh, no. Very choppable. And just like that,
Sorry.
This is
that was
spare.
definitely a jinx. Sorry, Phil, that was not you. That was the definite announcer live stream jinx. But I'm just calling it how I see it. That's not what I want to shoot right now. We could have a match. This is a match now.
This definitely is. As
How
Mason,
big is that open, though?
That's
In the 8th for Micah.
That's a big open for Micah, and the count that Mason had on the bucket, 6 pins in count. If he gets 7 there or 8, he only needs a mark. Now he needs a double. First one in the 10th.
That's close.
Great shot there.
I do think that lane has more hold
Definitely looks like it.
because Micah's ball looked like it was a tad faster on 3 than it was on 4, but it laid off a little bit and tripped the 4. So this one here will all about lock it up. If not, Micah will need all 3 in the 10th to win by 11 for the game, 1 for the entire match. And we're back to even. We do it all over again. Am I right, Parker Bohn?
That is correct. So Mason Doan here, stepping up, second one in the 10th. Needs to hit to win the U18 boys title.
For all of the entire marbles from Bohn's League training that was left. Justin, okay, if that one would have struck the cave in Brooklyn like that, how mad would you as an opponent?
I mean, it's never the way you want to win. It's not the way I would want to win. And you know, that's when a player makes a good shot, they earn it. But when they make a poor shot and get them all down, that's the worst feeling sitting on the bench, no doubt. But at the end of the day, spare here is huge.
As the bowler, I'm like, please carry. But
Right.
as the player, I'm like, give me a chance.
Right.
So I can get up and draw all 3 in the 10 and win.
So now, here's the story. Micah Voorhees maxing out at 190.
Oh, leave this camera angle. It's about to pop up here for everybody. It might be for this is live, right? Okay. Because I'm watching the TV ahead of us, and I'm like, is that the one that we're showing on YouTube, or is it this one right here? Okay, so this camera angle is sweet. We get the upfront, close, and personal.
Micah Voorhees needs all 3 in the 10th to force the if necessary match, one at a time. First one.
That was close. Hook. Just a little fast. It's the right angle. To me, it looks like the right angle. I don't know. I'm not right-handed. I know you've been watching a lot, Justin. To me, that looked like the right angle at it. Don't know if it's just.
It was. It looked like it was close. It looked like it definitely had a chance. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be enough. And Mason Doan is going to be our U18 boys champion here at the 23rd annual Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament, taking home $2,500. Micah Voorhees, our runner-up, going to be taking home $1,700, and a great tournament for Micah.
Sorry, my cats unplugged our Wi-Fi at our house, Justin.
That's impressive.
And we have cameras to watch them. And yeah, the cameras aren't working, so sorry about all that, everybody. But congratulations to Mason. You know, Micah both great. It's obviously, you know, you want to win, but just give himself the best chance. All you can do is ask for it, right? To step up in the tent, to go somewhere else, and
Right.
Just take a step left and get going. But
And
great bowling.
that is definitely the moment that you want to be in as a competitor, as a player. You want to have that chance to step up in the 10th and earn it.
And unfortunately, you are going to come out of it less times than you will. All you can do is ask for it.
Championship championship for the title in the Girls U18 division. In the boys side, Mason Doan, 354, becomes victorious over Michael Voorhees. Michael Voorhees has 335. Unfortunately, he will finish second. Or still had a great week. Will Louie get back in a little bit to Mason Doan? He is our U18 boys champion. How about a nice hand for Mason Doan? Yeah. We will present all the awards on the boys side as well as the ladies side as soon as this match is concluded. Right now, ladies, when your ladies come back on and the names are up there, we'll continue our two-game set.
No microphone. Still crushing it.
Doesn't need it in this 5-lane space.
You're right. Not even out there in the 30, whatever, 26 lanes on the other side. But we are glad for one final match here. 2 more games. Get to listen to Justin and I here for the 23rd annual Parker Bohn U18 Girls Championship Final live from Bohn's Elite Training inside Rev Rates at Howell Lanes. Beautiful 5-lane training center. Get to showcase to you all for the first time.
We'll reverse those arrows.
So we got some arrow reversal here.
How about our man Jeremy at the desk? Jeremy's been rocking it all weekend.
Got to give him a shout out. You know,
All the staff.
All the staff.
Larry, Jeremy, your mom, your dad. I was just about to say your husband. That wouldn't have been good. Right?
That is not my husband.
Your dad. Just everybody involved in the staff. But just to special people, they have absolutely been fantastic. Scorecards, check-in. I mean, lane assign, everything has just been phenomenal. You with all the stuff you've done for the tournament. So we appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Matt.
And to our sponsors.
Absolutely.
All of our sponsors.
We'll give them one more shout out here as we are beginning the, if necessary, match in the U18 girls division. 2-game total wood. Winner take all for the U18 girls title. Our presenting sponsor of this year's event, and they've been on board for quite some time, Brunswick Bowling Products and the brands of Brunswick. Also, Ebonite, Deviate, Radical, Track, Hammer, and Columbia 300 for their continued support of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. This event is not possible without them. On top of that, we have I Am Bowling, Craig's Plumbing and Heating, the Storm Youth Championships, Rita's Ice, BuddiesProShop.com, Bowl for Life, PBA, Tom Russo Photography, and Bohn's Elite Training and Rev Rates VIP Entertainment, where we are located at for the finals of the 23rd annual Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament, and of course the staff here at Howell Lanes and Howell Lanes for hosting this year's event, as we have our 3rd color commentator joining us in the booth for the last match. Let's welcome some lefty, Brandon Bohn.
What's going on, guys?
Wow, I'm so honored. I've got combined 5-time junior gold champions. Right? 5? No, 4.
4.
Sorry, Justin. I gave you 1 extra, but you probably deserve 1 extra. So.
Well, I got 1, and that's good enough for me.
Well, you know, while the first match was going on, I was doing some homework.
Yeah, you're in that college age.
Yeah, you know, you got to stay up on school, you know. Now I am, as of 2 weeks ago, I am a student athlete.
Wow.
Before athlete student. So.
Do you even know what that word means?
I don't. So I kind of heard my coach say it, so that's why I said it.
I will say this, Matt, we talked about it earlier, how the girls take the pride in their spares. Caitlin had an open frame, missing the 610.
That was a one-off. Because Abigail just made the 10-pin. So we can't even say that. That was the pins moved. That was a one-off. No chance. How come we don't have like a Purple Hammer sponsor? How come there's no like banner, right? Right, Brandon? Like your picture, your brother's picture, my photo, your dad's photo.
And every other lefty on the planet Earth.
Purple Hammer.
Yeah, I mean, like, that'd be nice.
Oh, now we're getting serious, Phil. We're getting serious.
Yeah, Phil's getting very tech savvy here. You know, can't thank Phil enough for being on hand this weekend.
Ball change.
Coming all the way from the Midwest to showcase.
Look at how beautiful that, like how clean, you know, The pins are clean. You can read our website. Beautiful palm trees. It's all those darter caps you clean, Brandon.
All right.
You know, Matt, back to Abigail here in the ball selection here. She just made a ball change. She started with, I believe, the Zen that she was throwing the last match. Now she changed balls to an Idle Helios. What's going through your thought process here if you're Abigail?
I think it's an okay play. I only say that because she went with a cleaner ball and stayed to the right to allow her ball to kind of use all the hook in the front. But now she's having to go a little bit further left to where with her ball speed and rev rate combination, that cleaner ball is just not getting back. It's not reading the lane soon enough.
Right.
So she's got to go to something that's earlier. But because she's moving into more oil and she's not as deep as Caitlin is, she's got to get just a little bit stronger ball.
And I feel like bowling with Caitlin is making her jump in a little bit to the left, too. Caitlin's throwing a bigger ball and a little bit further to the left.
And I think there's one reason why she threw a cleaner ball is because she didn't want to make it easier for Caitlin.
Right.
If she would have used surface and stayed where she was, she probably would have gave her more of a hood spot, which ultimately is not good for her. Right? It probably helped Caitlin more than it would hurt Caitlin.
Right.
Whereas if she uses that cleaner ball and kind of jams it, she's actually not giving anything for Caitlin to throw at. So Caitlin kind of has to manufacture some of her hook.
Right.
Which can be tough.
Cleans up the 2-pin, unlike Michael Harmon Jr.
Wow, we are beating up on him today.
We were just talking about when somebody else shot the 2-pin, and we were like, watch out, Michael Harmon. Hope you're watching.
So for anybody watching that doesn't know, we have an ongoing joke about Michael Harmon missing a 2-pin on TV. That ended up costing him moving on in the Junior Gold Championships a couple of years ago on TV.
And now that you both have Junior Gold Championships, you can say it even more.
It is the 2018 U15 boys title match. Semifinal match.
Great shot there.
Great shot there from Caitlin. It is frame 4, and it is on the right lane, lane 6 at the ITRC. For those of you interested.
I just love how you guys know exact. You probably know the exact time. What's the time?
It's like 124, 125.
That's absurd.
Wow.
Well, the reason that I know it is because I put it in so many vlogs that I have it marked. It's in my vlog folder under sounds, and it needs to be. You know, we're getting off topic here. Let's get back to this match. Abigail, off of an open frame. Back
Looks
to the
like
Zen.
staying with the Zen on the right lane. Now,
that was a much better.
Oh!
It's the 9-out. All right. What's the over-under here that she throws the idle on the left lane?
I think that shot was slow, right? So she was able to use the hook in the front better because it was slower, and it looks like her feet were a tad left. I would go back to the Zen, right? You're still in the match, in the game. We got so much bowling left.
Right.
You're only down 3, right? You know what this ball is going to do on this lane. So just make a simple move to the right, or to the left. Sorry, I'm left-handed, so it's hard. Simple move to the left and throw it through.
To take the lead, 4th frame.
That looks pretty close.
Great shot there from Abby.
See,
what a
she's
shot.
Like I told you.
Yeah,
See?
she put her hands in the air. You know, she's kind of questioning herself on that ball change.
You know, I wonder if the move for her was to, you know, get a hair, you know, make a parallel left and use that friction that she's created as a misroom right and kind of move into the hold.
I know she missed a spare in the second, but I think that reassured her that the ball change was not right. Obviously, you want to make that spare, but you're in the match. You're only down 3, right? So you're almost tied. I almost think of it as tied. If I'm down less than a mark, I'm ultimately tied.
Right.
Because it can go anyway, right? So she's only down 3. She gave a good attempt at the spare. Unfortunately, she chopped it, but she threw a double. Unfortunately, Caitlin, if you're in Abigail shoes, unfortunately, Caitlin doubled, but they're both probably going to go on an 8-bagger, and it's going to be 260 to 260.
And that one looks left off of Caitlin's hand. Fortunate enough to leave the 3-6. The 7 was standing there with it for a minute.
You know, for how many times I've been able to bowl in this center, obviously I'm living in Missouri now. I don't get to bowl it as much as maybe you guys do. But how different is lane 1 from all the other lanes we have? You guys ever notice that? You ever bowl in lane 1 and then like bowl in lane 3 on the same pattern and it'd be like 5 different? I mean, Brandon, you throw it a million, so maybe it doesn't matter for you. Justin,
Yeah.
you ever notice that?
I don't know that I've practiced enough on across the house to really know that difference. if I'm practicing, typically it's on lane 1 because it's out of the way.
Yeah, right.
But that's typically what happens. As we're going to get a look here at what these athletes are bowling for here today. We've got these great awards, the trademark bowling ball and big check, $1,300 first place in the U18 girls division, the runner-up receiving $800, and the bowling pin, custom bowling pins from On the Ball Bowling. Huge shout out to them for the bowling ball and the trophy. So we get back to this match here. Excited to see who's going to take home the 4th and final title here.
I'm a little upset I never got a bowling ball when I won.
Should have been younger.
It's a crystal now, but good shot. See ya.
Next to
Next to
10.
10 out. All right, now, how do you think she's feeling about that ball chain?
Fantastic, because she's about to get up on lane 1. She's about to absolutely smack the pocket.
Well, she just smacked it back to back to back times.
Yeah,
The second, or the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Any bowling ball that has purple in it strikes me.
Well, that is true.
That's
true.
If I'm Abigail here, I really like my ball reaction based on what my last 3 shots have done, especially stepping up on a 3-bagger.
That looks pretty
That was
good, too.
Bang.
10 back again.
Wow.
Shout out to Emilio Williams Jr. Bang. First strike.
Wow.
What a shot.
This is exciting.
Yeah, I think, you know, maybe we were wrong that, you know, Caitlin was going to have the advantage here as we bowl more games, but it might be Abigail. You know, she's proven us wrong here.
She's you just can't, like, she's a very good player in general. Like, I think talent-wise, she's got so much talent that she just has to use it, you know, and I mean.
That looks right. And a washout.
Do you think she moved right? I feel like she's moved right. And it could be the angle of where we're sitting from and what the screen show. I'm trying to watch both to kind of see what's going on, but it looks like she may have moved right.
She definitely missed right. You can definitely say that.
Maybe spare? Oh, the hard way.
Barely connects the head pin into the 10. Keeps her in the game. She's down 23 at the moment.
That's quick math. Quick math.
Come on.
College student. Too
I
bad.
didn't know you could do math, Brandon.
All right, Justin. There's a reason why I am.
Do not say what I think you're going to say.
I'll mute your microphone.
Thank you.
I wasn't going to say anything that dumb.
Let's watch Caitlin.
Caitlin stepping up here in the 7th frame on back-to-back spares and
Oh.
trips to 4-9.
What a break.
Great shot there on lane 1. Now, Matt, getting back to the difference between lane 1 and any other lane in the house, do you think that lane 1 is more difficult?
No.
Easier?
I only say it's easier because I think there's more hook in the lane in general.
In general.
Yeah, what were you saying right there? In general. Oh, that
In
was
general.
Right, that was Stage can make that. But yes, going back to lane 1, I do think in general the lane hooks more than any other lane, which I believe is easier. But it could be harder when they transition because if the lane already hooks and then they transition, it could hook even more. Or if the lane already hooks and more ore goes down the lane, it can make them harder because the front panels hook and then the back ends don't, and we know that's tough for anybody. But I do think lane 1 is pretty easy.
You know, I will say for as big of a miss as that was for Abigail, very fortunate break to have them all together. You know, she's playing some pretty straight lines, some pretty direct angles. Her ball's not doing a whole lot, which is less opportunity to leave those designs. And for as much of as she hated that shot, you know, missing the head pin, very fortunate to have them all together and leave herself a makeable spare.
I
and
like
then
that
get out there
word,
and make it.
Designs.
Designs.
Yeah, like that's a new one.
Like splits?
What design
Designs.
are you leaving? I left the design of the bucket.
I left the ringing bucket today.
Oh, that's a bad break.
Talking about a design.
That's a bad break. That was a good shot.
Yeah, that's definitely not the hit you want when you throw it that good. You know, it could be a 4-pin, could be a 9-pin. And unfortunately, you're paying the full price and staring at an open frame, potentially right in the face. And, you know, she was up 18 or 19, excuse me. And now, you know, like Matt said, you're going to be within a mark. or Caitlin's going to be within a mark.
And you know, I've watched Abigail bowl for a little bit today.
Make it.
Good try there on the 4-9. And what's really unique is the way she sets her hand when she starts. You know, she kind of rotates it up a little, kind of like a Chris Barnes.
That guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
You know who that is?
Chris Barnes?
Yeah. Some Hall of Famer.
I mean, something's coming to my mind, but I'm not going to say it
PBA Hall
over
of
the
Famer.
mic.
Guy, no, the guy. I mean, the guy's incredible.
He is.
Scamming?
Nosedive there for Caitlin. Fortunate enough to just leave the 10. Like we talked about, not leaving it design.
I think we're getting to the point where straighter is coming into play more than it was hooking it. I think on the fresh, it looked like Caitlin had a better look.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
But I think now that the lane's starting to transition, I think it's in Abigail's hands.
I think Caitlin's bowling in her own transition right now. And whether it's, you know, she's got a pretty firm ball speed. So ultimately on the fresh, she's going to have a pretty good look on most of the stuff that she bowls on. But, you know, when it's time to move in and slow it down, where she's got to, you know, let it shape a little bit more, that could be a little bit tricky.
I think she has to go to bat to that reality ball. Something that's a little cleaner, a little bit more motion. Use her rev rate to her advantage.
Okay, and we've got Matt's opinion. Justin, what do you think is the best idea right now for Caitlin to do?
I mean, I kind of agree with it. You know, maybe moving in just a hair with a ball that's a little bit cleaner, a little bit more angular down lane, to give yourself a little bit more miss from front to back. It looks like right now when she misses in, it hooks and she's got no hole. That one, another one right there is a prime example. You know,
I think she needs to move a little bit further to the left, get away from her own transition, go to a little bit quicker ball. Something probably with a little less surface. The Nova is a really strong ball.
You know, I think she has the opportunity to even stay with this ball and move a little further left. But she's got to be further left of where she is, regardless of what she does.
I definitely think the move is to the left. We shall see what she does here after the spare in the 10th frame here.
The 10th? We're in the 9th, Brandon.
Yeah.
Good spare there.
And her upcoming shot in the 10th.
The way that you said it, it sounded like you were saying, we're going to wait to find out what's her spare in the 10th.
That's what I heard, too.
Right?
All right,
I thought so.
We're not going crazy.
No. I know. I know we've only been here since 7 o'clock this morning, but
It's fine.
it's fine.
So Abigail Starkey here, stepping up in the 9th. Possible 218 max score. Caitlin Stoll, possible 200. Abigail missed a head pin the last shot.
All right, here, I want you to look at something. Look at how she sets up her hand.
And her hand stays underneath the whole
Fairly
time.
unique.
Followed through.
Okay.
That one was a little hard.
2-5.
That ball speed looked a little hard.
And her ball looks very shiny.
Which
It
I
is.
think is okay.
Very shiny.
Yeah, I think it looks like, maybe it's brand new because it honestly looks new going down the lane, but I think the shine is okay. I just think the slower ball speed will help her out because they looked online. I just think that it's just too hard. But then again, I'm not right-handed.
I think it's allowing her to be that far right.
Good spare.
Being able to throw that clean of the ball. You know, big spare there, up 8 heading into the 10th. But I think it's allowing her to be a little bit further right. Whereas, you know, with an earlier ball, she'd be fighting early hook, early transition. Then when she gets it right, it kind of dies. Whereas with the cleaner ball, she can square up to a little bit more, play a little bit more right to left, and create a little bit of shim. And I think that's why she's chosen to use that cleaner ball using a Zen on this 42-foot pattern.
Okay, question for both of you guys. She is up 8, right, going into the 10. And you know there's another game after this. 'Cause that was a really good
trip
shot,
4.
right? Would you be mad if you went 9 spare strike for 197 and your opponent struck down the 10th for 200, right? Or would you be more mad, or would you be the same as if you went 9 spare strike 197 or versus you striking out? Because ultimately,
Matt, what are you trying to say?
what I'm trying to say is, whether you fill the 10th frame with 3 strikes or a spare and a strike and you're up by 8 or 10, and there's another game, I still think the mindset should be the same. That one was
Great
right.
pitch there.
Yeah, that one was right.
All right, now if you're Abby, do you try something on the fill ball?
No.
Oh, God, no.
Or do you
No.
stay with what you're at right
Can't.
Her.
Okay, you can, but go ahead, Justin.
She's got This is where I look at this game. You know, she's bowled 3 games on this pair. She tried another ball or 2 earlier in the match. She hasn't had this good a ball reaction in the championship match inside Bohn's League training. I don't understand, with 1 game left and 10 shots, how she changes balls.
Did you notice what she just did there, the last 2 shots? To me, and I could be totally wrong, only one who really knows her, she looks like she paralleled into where Caitlin is playing down the lane to get her ball to pick up soon, to where if she got it going a little further right, it might still hit.
Yeah, I mean, she had a 4-bagger that game. She had 2 opens and threw all 3 in the 10th and bowled 208. So
that's a girl's game right there.
if that's a guy's game right there.
No, a guy's game would have been
9 miss, double, 9 miss.
Yeah, right, 8 baggers.
Yep.
Fortunate break there, getting the 10 out,
You try
not
a
leaving
ball.
a design.
You try the ball. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Do you try a ball on the field?
If you're Caitlin,
Yes.
If
Yes.
you're Caitlin, yes, 100%. I think or whether she tries a different ball or moves, 5 left. Give me an area check here. Give me an idea of what the lane does.
That's like a whole zone. That's like,
Well, I think she's in a zone right now that's not allowing her to give any push to where she goes high almost
5
every
left
shot.
is an arrow.
That's
We call them arrows.
okay, well, I never move.
You never
5
move.
left.
Period. Let's just put period on it. You never move.
I don't move
Period.
more than
I don't move,
a
period.
half at a time,
Yeah, I don't move ever.
ever.
Because if my ball don't strike from where it's at, you ain't
I
gonna
throw it
strike.
harder.
I'll tell you a funny
Alright.
story here as we're about to wrap up game 1. I had the fortunate pleasure of bowling with Spencer Robarge for a couple of months.
Very weird play here. She stays with the same ball.
She might be trying to move in.
Or she's like, I haven't made that many good shots. I mean, we really don't know. They looked okay, but that was
That was left.
That was the same. To me, it looked like the same shot.
It looked like it was further left, but she missed by just as much left.
It's fair.
Okay, down 23 with the game to go. 10 frames to go. All right, Justin, as you were saying, you bowled with Spencer Robarge.
So bowl with Spencer Robarge, and talking about moves, I would say, the college bowling move, I'd move 4, 6 sometimes, off of like a 4-pin. He's like, dude, I don't move more than a half at a time. Like 1 is like 8. I'm like, oh, that's definitely the difference is I'm sitting next to 2 left-handers that can probably relate to that.
Yeah.
You want to know how bad it was in Jonesboro?
How bad was it?
Bro didn't move his feet the whole
moved my
time.
feet 1 time, and it was
Shot there.
one of the games during match play. The pair was 4 more than any other pair. There was 3 lefties on it before me. Only time I ever moved my feet.
Wow.
It got to the point where I took 1 bag out for the final match.
1 bag out or 1 ball?
1 bag.
Wow.
Because I shoot spares. I don't strike like you. I shoot spares.
Oh,
So I need it.
okay. Well, I had a game today where I had a triple, then a solid 8, moved a half right, left 7-pin, then moved a half back to the left, or half back to the right, half back to the left, and a 6-pin. So I was moving a half and a half, and couldn't get more than 9.
Should have moved a quarter.
Probably should have,
How do you feel you bowled today?
Today, I'm going to give it like a
Great shot there from Caitlin.
7.3 out of 10.
You didn't bowl as good as Caitlin just threw that shot.
That is true.
I didn't
or
have
he could have been
very
bowling in
many
this
of
final
those
match.
today.
She moved left, and it looked like it laid off. Do we see a 300? Are we calling it early?
You can. I won't.
Do we give a bonus? Do you guys give a bonus for that? That's a good question.
I don't
Like in the
think
title
so.
match, is there like a $10,000 bonus? But
Wow,
in pennies?
$10,000.
No, pennies. That's
Pennies.
sorry, I changed it. Like pennies. Monopoly money.
Well, I mean, it could be $1 million for the 2022 event, and nobody hit it. Darn it, that sucks. But
All right, I think next year's edition, okay, we have a $300 or 300 game bonus.
okay,
In the title match only?
In the title match, it could be a lot more.
1,000. That's a lot of money for a youth bowler.
2,000.
I will tell you, that is more than probably finishing second in a lot of tournaments.
1,000?
Oh yeah.
Nothing against any of the prize funds, but I'm just saying.
Oh, Another error there from Caitlin. That's her second mismakeable of the match. That's not the start that she was looking for here in the second game. You know, I think Caitlin's a player that definitely likes to play the hold a little bit more when there's a little bit more oil out there. And I think she's simply trying to get deep enough that she has hold and can't get it to the right as much as she needs to. She's got to open up her angles a little bit, and she hasn't gotten to the point where she can still play the hold and get it that far left. It's Abby stepping up in the second on a spare.
That's left. 6-10. I think, I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say if Abby shoots anything above 190, she's going to be a winner.
So that's your call. Score 190.
I would say the score of 400 to 410 will win this match.
So that means Abby's going to go 192.
Correct.
Okay. And you're saying that Caitlin's going to go 215.
I said the winner of the match will have between 400 and 410.
Oh, the way
I
you
would say that's a safe bet.
But the way it sounded like you were saying that there was going to be 410 or 400. But I do agree with you. I think somebody's going to win with 400.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's a safe number. Abigail's got 208 the first game. Caitlin Stoll's 185.
I hate using the word scared, but to me, it looks like Caitlin is a little bit scared to get it to the right and forcing her to miss a little to the left.
I think it's because the way that Abby finished the 10th. I mean, I think I don't know. I just think it's the way that Abby finished that last game. I know she lost, but the first last game, sorry. I know it's the first game, but that does matter going into the second game.
Correct. I just don't think Caitlin is trusting it to the right at all. So it's forcing her to pull it to the left.
Let's watch this excellent camera work by Justin Bohn right now.
And, well, she trusted it to the right. She must have heard me.
Oh,
wow.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the
8-9.
Thank you.
That might be the first time we've ever seen the 8-9 inside of
That's what the 8-9 looks like.
the
Wow.
training center here. Well, you know what I just said. I guess she trusted to the right.
You think she makes it?
I'm going to go out on them and say she makes
I'll
it.
give you a piece of candy if she makes it. Oh, she made it.
Whoa!
Great
Nailed
shot.
it.
What
All
a
right.
spare.
All right, I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say this next shot puts 10 back because she's got a little bit of confidence now. I just saw her smile for the first time today.
Could it be that the 8-9 hypes her up? Because ultimately, if you leave the 8-9 and you throw a strike ball,
Yeah, that was that went from 3 off the right to leaving the 8-9.
to sparing it, to potentially 10 back. Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
close.
going to be honest. That was probably the closest that she's been in probably the last 7 or 8 frames, to be honest, besides, you know, the shot she split the 8-9 the shot before. But, you know, she finally got that one to the spot. It looked like it tried to hook and just didn't turn over the corner.
She's definitely getting closer.
Now I think she's just got too far left that she squares up to it 1 or 2 boards. She gets to that same spot again.
You know exactly what I said about 2 frames ago with her being scared to throw it to the right. She just completely proved me wrong. The last 2 have been to the right.
I think she was listening.
I think so. I think so. Maybe she had someone like shoot her a message, be like, hey, you know, Brandon thinks you need to throw it to the right.
Yeah, because that's what everybody says.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see what Abby can do here in the 4th and 5th. She can take a pretty big lead here. Up 13 in the game and 23
excellent
in
camera work,
game
Justin.
1.
Good shot.
And gets the
Slap.
4-5-7 to go.
Slaps out the 5-7.
That's a
Nice double there for Abby. Keeping it clean. 2 spares and 2 strikes for Abby. And strike 7-1, split spare for Caitlin.
With this strike here, Abby can take a 56-pin lead with 5.5 frames to go.
That's quick math.
Come on, Matt.
Tells you how much I don't really pay attention to my opponent's score, right?
It's a student athlete right there.
Yep.
Lay off.
And 10
Fist
back.
bumping it at the line. Justin, did you get that?
Oh, I did.
That was excellent camera work again. Fist bumping the 3-bagger there. That
All right, if you're Caitlin Stoll, what are you thinking right now?
You have to strike out.
I think I gotta
You gotta have
throw a
everyone.
lot.
Yeah, I need a 4-bagger in 2 frames.
Wow.
I think with the reality check, that strikes. Different ball, I think.
It looks like there's something going on with her arm, and it's starting to reach the end of the road.
Yeah, just a lot of games, and you know, maybe pre-injury before this turn. I mean, you don't know, but phenomenal game. She's bowled so good. She's made it this far, so hats off to her.
And these two bowlers they live nowhere around the corner. Caitlin is from the Carolinas, and Abby is from Chicago. So both had quite the route to get here this weekend to compete for the U18 girls title.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. You know, one of them driving, 10 hours roughly. One of them getting on a plane for a 3-hour plane flight, and that it's pretty neat to see. You make all that effort to get to an event like this, and you guys find each other bowling each other for the title.
Great shot there. Looks like she is definitely having pain in her arm.
I'll tell you what, this is Abigail's match to win right now.
She's going to have a little bit of a victory lap here.
She could set herself up for a victory lap with a couple of
Yes,
frames
she
to go.
can.
The best part about it is she can rub it in Micah's face when she wins.
Wow, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Oh, he
But
just did.
2 more strikes here could basically seal the deal. And
Kick
that
out
was
the 10.
a great shot.
I know if that was my significant other, they'd be rubbing it in my face.
Yeah.
Oh, Lauren would 100% do that to you.
Absolutely.
Especially if
100%.
you just finished second.
100%.
She's a better player. She's a better bowler, so it don't matter.
Okay.
When you have a significant other who's in the same industry as you are, you accept that they're better than you.
Am I doing this math right? If she strikes here, she's up 92.
Probably.
I know that she'll have a 5-bagger. Oh, good shot.
Man.
Nice shot. Just right at it.
Okay, 81, I think. She's up 58 this game. She got 127 in the 5th.
Let's just say a lot. She's up a lot.
Okay,
More than 50.
more than 50.
More
Correct.
than 50.
Let's just say Caitlin needs to strike out and have a lot of it.
That was the, I made it off my hand, walk away, but, I'm not sure if it's going to actually make it.
The please stay on the lane.
please stay on the lane, but I looked it off my hand kind of a thing.
It was that I'm going to turn around, and then after you turn around, go,
Hope
oh,
it stays on the
hope,
lane.
hope it
Spare.
still makes it.
You
go,
just listened for the sound,
you go, oh, I made it. And then you turn around, you go, oh, maybe I
didn't make it, yeah.
All right. Let's see what Caitlin can do
For any
in
hope
the
here.
7th and 8th. That looked a little slower. And the same result.
That is unfortunately going to wrap up Caitlin's run here. As she came through the elimination bracket. She,
At the match, though.
yep, she won the first match to force this if necessary match. She's going to come up short. Abigail Starkey is going to win the U18 girls division here at the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament.
So
And,
both U18 matches, the #1 seed has come out victorious. In the U15 divisions, it was the complete opposite. It went to the second match, and both #2 qualifiers ended up
Damn, who
coming
owns this
out
place? Tell them to check the
victorious.
rights. congratulations to Abby.
All the way from Chicago, coming home with a huge check
She's gonna have to figure out how to get that thing on the plane.
and another bowling ball.
And another bowling ball.
So
An 8-pounder.
She have to
Did
find
you
a
know
way.
they were 8 pounds?
I did.
not know that.
I
I
asked
thought
her
they
about
were
it.
6.
No, I did too until I looked it up and I looked at Justin. I was like, 8 pounds? He was like, 8 pounds?
Wow.
No, you said 6.
Did I say 6?
You said 6, and
You're
I
right.
said, and I
I
corrected
think
you.
so. I have 2 of them at home.
I'm about to look at him tonight when we go back to
I
your
think
house.
I'm gonna drill one for a spare ball.
Why, are they in 15?
Odds 1 in 10 on air right now. That he drills one for a spare ball?
0.
Yeah. I don't
There's
know
no
how I feel
chance.
about
No,
that.
there's no chance.
There's no chance.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Chris Forey from Buddy's Pro Shop drills his bowling balls. Brandon currently goes to school in Iowa. Chris is located in Connecticut. That bowling ball would have to get sent to Chris, or Brandon would have to drive 2 hours personally, or Dad would. And if Dad's doing it, there is no chance that ball would even leave his room to get holes in it.
I don't know about that. You know, it's been sitting on the shelf, collecting dust for a while now.
Well, yeah, you haven't added any more trophies from the Parker Bone tournament, so
Actually, I'm adding the doubles trophy.
excuse me, I've been proven wrong.
You have been. But Abby's going to take her own victory lap here,
Nice. Congratulations to Abby.
putting it out in style with a 4-bagger.
I think what we have to do next year, Justin, is I think we have to have the U18 girls winner. Or, actually, even better, I just thought of this right now. All of the girls winners bowl a team game against all of the guys winners.
Baker doubles match?
Yes.
Like a battle.
No, no.
of-
Like four person. You have each division, right? You have a U15,
Yep.
U18, U12, right? Isn't there?
Nope,
No, just 2 divisions?
4 divisions.
4.
Another strike.
I think you've got to do a Baker doubles for, like, you know, crown the king or whatever you want to call
Are you
it.
putting up the money for the winner?
Did we say it was money?
Wow.
What if it's like a ball of your choice?
Oh.
I mean,
You could take the 4 winners and bowl a Baker match against Dad.
ooh.
Or you can take the 4 winners and do a Baker match against me, you, Brandon. and your friend.
Or take your chances against the reigning PBA 50 Player of the Year for a ball of your choice from Brunswick Bowling. Brunswick Bowling is once again our presenting sponsor of this year's Parker Bowling III Scholarship Tournament, along with the 6 brands that follow underneath the Brunswick family: Ebonite, DV8, Radical, Track, Hammer, and Columbia 300.
Okay, right now on the spot, Justin, what's your favorite Brunswick bowling ball out there right now? Go.
Power Torque Solid.
And Brandon, right now, go.
Purple Hammer.
That doesn't count.
I would definitely say Hellcat.
Perfect. And Matt, favorite ball right now, go, and Hellcat.
Purple Hammer.
So,
What do you mean?
Hellcat.
For all left-handers out there,
Buy
you
the
just
Hellcat.
buy the Hellcat.
Congratulations to Abby, a huge 257 if she gets them all here. Our prediction was totally wrong. She already crushed it. She will have 460 pins for 2 if she strikes out. Congratulations to Abby. Her
Put on a
first-
clinic these last 2 games.
This is her first ever time bowling this tournament.
Yes.
Yep.
1 for 1, go out as a champion, never bowl. No, I'm just kidding. Bowl it until you can't bowl it anymore. Congratulations to Abby. You get the beautiful check signed by the Parker Bohn III.
And the $1,300 scholarship that comes with it. That
And-
might pay for a plane ticket.
A bowling ball and a pin.
No. No.
The
There's
pin's second, right?
The pin is second. There's no need to pay for the plane ticket. It's about the experience.
It is about the experience. We're all about the VIP entertainment here at Bohn's Elite Training and Rev Rates, where you train here and win there.
Or train here and win here,
You're right.
as Kai Struthers proved to us today. So Abigail Starkey closing it out in style with a huge 242 game the last game to win over Caitlin Stoll. 460 to 342. 342. So we're going to send it down to PB3. And he's going to have an interview with our newest champions of the U18 division.
I believe that is all for us, Brandon. Thank you for everybody tuning in. It has been an incredible weekend here at Rev Rates Bohn's Elite Training inside Howell Lanes. Congratulations to all of our champions. in the both U15 and U18 girls and boys divisions. We are going to turn it over to Parker Bohn III as he is
All
here to
right,
present
how
the
was
cups.
that bowling there? That was pretty amazing. Well, we're going to start out with our U18 ladies, girls division. Our runner-up, receiving $800 in scholarship and a beautiful pin to go along with her second place finish, goes to Caitlin Stahl. Very nice ball. Congratulations. Okay. Now our champion. Our champion, not only did she bowl outstanding, but after losing the first match, having to go for a second match there, having her hands full, we have to admit, when we got to write the check and give you your check and your ball, we don't know if we should say Abby or Abigail.
That's narrow.
So right now we're just going to make it out for Starkey. Okay, but we will make sure that we put it in the rest of the way. Have a nice hand for the U18 Girls Champion, Abby Starkey. Amazing feat, for sure. Gonna take more pictures in a little bit, but right now.
Yeah. Right.
So, first off, I've got to bring this up because I just said it. I got to say this one more. You better rub this on as much as you can. Because you won. And you finished second. You had a great week, but you had another. First off, go through the motions right now. U18 Girls Champion. So, what were the keys to success for you this whole weekend?
I think just staying patient. Qualifying did not go how I wanted to. I was seated 11th for match play. And just staying patient, being in the moment, and just making the best shots that I could, whatever happened.
Awesome. So, got to thank somebody. Who do you want to thank right now?
I want to thank Bill Spigner for everything that he has done for me and these past couple months. And I want to say a huge thank you to my family for everything, allowing me to travel here, staying with people, and just allowing me to do what I love.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Abigail Starkey, U18 Girls Champion.
And in the boys division, our runner-up, past winner of our tournament here, gave one great run today, coming up a little bit short. How about a nice hand for our runner-up finisher, collecting $1,700 in scholarship, Micah Voorhees. Our champion certainly looks like he knows how to get the job done. Overcoming everything, all of the challenges along the way. And when I say that, that title match seemed like it was a little bit on the struggle bus, but it certainly became survival of the fittest. So that being said, he certainly is our champion, leading not only in the winner's bracket, but standing tall right now for $2,500 in scholarship. How about a nice hand for Mason Doan? You're the champ. Wear it tall. Justin's got a couple of questions for you.
First off, congratulations on that last title match. You know, walk us through the emotions. That pair didn't look the best. What were the keys to success for you in that match?
Try not to miss by too much, which I did a lot, but try to stay calm and execute shots, but obviously I can only do that occasionally.
Absolutely. So go through the motions, the whole weekend as a whole, you're the champion. How's that sound?
Sounds great. It's a good feeling.
Absolutely. So anyone you want to thank out there watching tonight?
My mom and dad, my grandparents, my friends that were watching, my coach Megan, also my brother. I don't know if he's watching or not, but he tends to watch almost all of these, and I always forget to thank him. And he takes time out of his day to watch. So.
Awesome. Congrats, Mason Doan, U18 boys champion here at the Parker Bohn tournament.
And with that, we're wrapped up with this 2023 edition. Parker's got some final words.
Well, thanks, Justin. Thanks, Phil. You know, all of this, folks, it wouldn't be possible without a lot of sponsors and a lot of help along the way. Our tournament staff, I can't say enough about them. Obviously, I've said it all week long that Leslie is the spearhead behind this. I just have to come out here and talk for a couple of minutes on the microphone. So thanks to Leslie. Thanks to all of the tournament staff that really make this all possible, that make my job really, really easy when I'm out here. But when I say that, we also need to thank the Brands of Brunswick, okay? Brunswick has been behind our tournament since its inception. They stand tall, they stand behind us, and it's not just us, it's the best molding brand around the world. So make sure you support them by checking out one of the latest and greatest products they have. Phil, I'm going to turn this to you, my man, because I have to thank you for allowing the world to see what we do out here the past 4 days. If it wasn't for you and your equipment, let me say, showcasing everything that we've put out here and our, what we call now, wonderful facility of Rev Rates, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for allowing this to go out there social media-wise. So I appreciate it very much, my friend. Until next year, everybody, we'll see you again out here at Howell Lanes and Rev Rates for the 24th annual Parker Bohn III Junior Scholarship Tournament Championship. Take care.
Thanks, Parker, for the kind words. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait to be back here in 2023. And if you have a young youth player, even if you got to make a little bit of a drive, this is the weekend to make that drive. The Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Hope to see a lot of you that watch tonight. Hope to see a lot of you here in person. Labor Day weekend 2023. For the whole Bohn family, for all the volunteers here all weekend with the PB3 tournament. For the bowlers, the fans, the family, the friends, the sponsors, and the staff here at Howell Lanes. Thanks for everything with a great weekend. We'll see you here Labor Day weekend 2023. Good night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Gentle fade. 10 count. Just so it lets the video wrap up, that kind of thing. You get some neat-looking stuff like this. You know, just because everybody thinks it's all done. So people are talking. And, you know, it's like the end of a game show. It's just like, yeah, I won $25,000, and they're just talking like nothing happened. Hey, how's it going? So you get to see cool crap, you know, cool stuff like this. You know, that kind of thing.